My name is Hogun Lee, a high school senior at Yongsan International School of Seoul. I've been playing in the varsity soccer team since my freshman year, and I was elected as a captain in my junior year. When I was elected as captain, one thing I really wanted to do was to prevent the minor injuries during practice or even during official games. As shown in the video, soccer is really a rough sport that requires protective gears to ensure safety. And in order to do so, I thought shin guards were a major culprit that really makes my players vulnerable to injuries. These shin guards actually don't fit the players, the shin guards that are out in the current market. They're really straight and they don't really fit players perfectly because they're mass produced. So I thought 3D printing the shin guards to customize individual legs would be the best solution to help alleviate having unfitting shin guards that eventually lead to injuries. And this video is to record the progression of my shin guard project and further on a potential business plan that goes along with the project. And when I drafted the business plan, I showed it to and I emailed it to several professors at Seoul National University. But actually, only one professor emailed me back, Professor Kim Hyun-jung at the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences. He willingly paired me up with two graduate students at Seoul National University to work on the project and potentially establish a company that strives to customize shin guards using 3D printers. The first graduate student is Ji-won Park. He was involved in the development of biomass composite material technology, UV curing materials, fundamentals of coating and adhesion, and finally, smart device technology. And so, after Professor Kim's brief introduction to Ji-won, I personally met him to have a discussion about the future plans of the shin guard project. I explained how I came up with the idea and some of my future goals, such as forming a business and possibly founding a company. And the second graduate student is Jong-chan Kim. He was involved in various projects in the art department, such as building art monuments, 3D printing animation characters, and 3D printing medical devices. For the first several weeks, I devoted most of my time getting educated with the basic materials and the 3D printing process. And in the meantime, I also had a chance to view the lab facilities inside the university, where I spent most of my summer working on the shin guard project. After several weeks of training and lectures, I started visiting the 3D printing facility at SNU. There were Object 30, an SLA printer from Stratasys, FDM or PLA printer from Edison, and some 3D scanners. So my first prototype, strength was really what mattered, but fitting was actually perfect. So as you can see, it fits perfectly onto my curved nature of my foreleg, but the strength really has to be enhanced because after all, shin guard is a protective gear, and if it doesn't really withhold the pressure or the contact, then it just loses the sole purpose of having a shin guard. Second prototype, we decided to call it A2 because of the A series, and it was the second prototype. This one was actually worse than the first prototype. we decided to compare with this one. It was actually designed to be a little wider because while I was wearing this, I thought it was a little too narrow to cover the entire foreleg. So with the designer, Jongchan Kim, we decided to widen the shin guard a little more and to cover the more surface area of my foreleg. However, due to the moisture and also heat, the shin guard couldn't retain its own shape, so it started to widen out. And also, after about 2 to 3 weeks, just like the first one, there was a huge crack that goes vertically along the shin guard, and it just snapped into pieces. The other half, I kind of lost it during practice, but this one I still kept it. But as you can see, it still fits perfectly onto my leg because it's also scanned after my foreleg. So again, the shape and size, fitting, it's perfect, but strength also has to be really enhanced in order to create ideal shin guard.